Many people ask, so what's backing my cryptocurrency? How do I know it's got some real tangible value? Okay, so let's just step back for one moment and look at what's backing the value of sort of any currency, really. Interesting to see that actually no firm of accountants has ever been prepared to sign off the euro. Because when they've looked at the accounts and looked at the bookkeeping, looked at the records, they say, we can't put our name to this set of accounts because we don't understand how the numbers add up. Slightly less controversial, or perhaps not so if you live in America, some figures recently put out by JP Morgan, a very, very large investment bank in the States, claim that the US dollar has fallen in value by 81% since 1971. So to put that into very simplistic terms, the value of the US dollar in terms of what it can buy has actually collapsed over the last sort of 40 odd years. So when people start saying, well, what's the value of a cryptocurrency? I think we need to bear in mind, well, what's the value of the cryptocurrency compared to the pounds, the dollars, the euros in your account? And many people say, yes, but at least my money is backed by the British government. And providing the British government don't go bust, then surely it's okay. So maybe we want to have a look at someone like Zimbabwe. I remember I went to Zimbabwe about 20 years ago, and the conversion rate was around about 10 Zim dollars to the pound. The last time I looked, it was something over 4 million Zim dollars to the pound. So what's happened is that the confidence in the Zimbabwean dollar has collapsed, and therefore the value of that currency has collapsed. So we come through now to today's terms, and we look at another country, Venezuela, that's had very, very serious challenges with its inflation. And you've seen the value of the Venezuelan peso actually consistently go down and down and down, which makes it very, very expensive for people in Venezuela to buy overseas products simply because they don't have enough pesos to actually pay for those overseas products. Likewise, it's encouraging perhaps US and European investors to actually buy up land and property and assets in a country like that, because it's becoming cheaper and cheaper because the currency is collapsing. So it's interesting to see a recent development, and we'll be shortly seeing the petrocoin being launched by the Venezuelan government, i.e. a government issuing a cryptocurrency, and it's going to be backed by proven reserves, in this case of oil, that the Venezuelan government, the country, own. So you've got a cryptocurrency now backed by an actual commodity. So what's the value of that? How do I know how it's going to perform? Well, I suggest it's unlikely to go zooming up like we've seen some of the other cryptocurrencies recently, nor is it going to go plummeting down, I suggest. Why? Because it's actually backed by barrels, not fists, barrels of oil, and something tangible. So this is a little way how I think we're seeing the market evolving away from good ideas, interesting technologies. As we all know, companies, the success rate of a company, whether it's in the States or whether it's in Europe, something in excess of 65% of companies, new companies are set up, have gone bust and have failed within 5 years. And there's absolutely no reason why new companies being funded by initial coin offerings won't suffer the same attrition rate, i.e. it's a high-risk thing investing in small startup ventures. But when you start looking at existing companies, and we're beginning to see public companies now issuing cryptocurrencies that is backed by a proven management team, then the chances of those failing is less, but the chances of those having massive, 1,000% increase in a year is also unlikely. So that's going to effectively crush the volatility, i.e. the amount these cryptocurrencies are going up and down by, as you're seeing more and more of them be backed by tangible real assets.